Let's talk about your meeting settings and how you can configure them. If you go to app.fireflies.ai/settings, you can configure which meetings Fireflies joins and who those meetings are sent to. There are a couple options in terms of how Fireflies can join meetings. So I can choose to have it join all meetings on my calendar that have a Zoom link or some sort of web conferencing link. I can have it only join meetings that have the Zoom or web conferencing link that I'm an owner of. I can also configure it so that it only joins when I invite Fred at fireflies.ai, Fred being our AI assistant, to a meeting. This way, it won't automatically join my meetings and show up, and I have control over which meetings I invite it to. I can also choose for it to only join internal team meetings. I can have it only join customer facing meetings. There's a lot of options. So people tend to ask, hey, how do I make Fireflies join all my meetings? Or how do I make sure it doesn't join all my meetings and only joins when I ask it to do? So if you only wanted to join when you invite it on your calendar, then you would pick this option right here where it says join only when I invite Fred at fireflies.ai. All right, the second part is about who the meeting summaries, transcripts, and recaps get sent to. You can have by default sent to everyone who is a participant on the invite. You can have it only sent to yourself and your teammates that were on the invite, or you can have it sent to only you, and so that no one else has access to that. So that is something you can configure in your app.fireflies.ai/settings. There are other advanced capabilities as well. So you could have, for example, set it to join all your meetings, but then you could have it configured here where it only joins meetings with certain titles. You can also have it not join meetings with certain titles. Maybe I don't want it to join my one-on-ones with my employees or something specific. So even if I have my meeting settings on join all my meetings on my calendar, but I configure meeting rules where it joins only meetings that have certain keywords or only joins meetings that, or doesn't join meetings that have certain keywords in the title, it wouldn't be able to do that. The next part of the settings is your meeting compliance. So folks tell me, right, based on the city or state or wherever I'm located, there are call recording rules that I have to follow and I have to notify folks. The liability is on you to tell people that the call is being recorded, just like using any recording tool or transcription tool for that matter. We also make it a little bit easier to notify your participants ahead of time with the meeting compliance feature. So you can turn this on, and what it would do is before the start of a meeting, it would notify folks that, hey, this call is going to be recorded for note-taking purposes. I'm using this tool called Fireflies to help me just remember what was said in the conversation and have notes that I can look back at. So that is the meeting compliance tool if you want to go ahead and notify folks ahead of time or have the system notify them ahead of time. The other settings capabilities that are interesting, relevant, is you can choose what type of meetings you have, and this will allow the AI to optimize the speech models and improve the accuracy. So I can, if most of my meetings are sales, I can pick that. Recruiting, I can do that. We have investors and venture capitalists that use our system. We have engineers who have technical meetings. So we're building custom speech models to help optimize the type of meetings you have so that the system records and transcribes at a higher level. And then you have custom vocabulary, which is available on the premium tiers, where you might be talking about specific names, jargon, acronyms that are probably not, common everyday language. And so you can start putting in those things in the custom vocabulary, and over time the system will train and recognize those and pull those out accurately. For example, if I'm talking about my cell phone provider, AT&T, sometimes the transcript might misread when I say AT&T for ant, right? And so I can use this to make sure that it starts recognizing certain names properly. We use acronyms like SAS all the time in our space, and we want to be able to help the system recognize those and improve on that. So that's your settings configurations. Those are all the things you can do in terms of which meetings it joins, who it sends the recaps to, more custom rules on type of meetings you can have it join, having it notify users if you want through the system directly, and then there's also industry settings that you can use to optimize your speech models and improve your custom vocabulary.